In the world of professional wrestling, when something is over, it means the fans love it. It means whatever they're doing, whatever they got going on, it means it's working. This is Overs and Unders, a series where we talk about the teams in MPL Philippines Season 13 on a week-to-week basis and see who's over and who's not. We got a special guest for this episode. Week 5, we'll be talking about it. It's the MPL Philippines Caster Search 2022 Grand Winner, Burrito. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, excited akong makita kung ano ba yung mga malalaman natin for this week's Overs and Unders.
4 episodes in, well 5 technically if you count the pre-season. Do you agree with my Overs and Unders?
So far, yeah, may basis lahat ng Overs and Unders. Pero ngayon, feeling ko magkakaroon ng discussion about sa Overs and Unders natin.
Let's get started. First, over team, meaning top of the charts. We're talking about AP Bren. They are back on top, and this week they tried something new. They actually let Pando play.
Yeah, nakita natin kung gaano ka-explosive si Pando. And coming into the bench, di ba? Iba yung performance na pinakita niya. At syempre, more on mobility heroes ang mga nagamit niya.
Pando has played 3 heroes so far. A lot of Benedera, and they've swept both their matches this weekend. Burrito, did you know that since his debut in Season 9, if I'm not mistaken, I put Pando in my top 3 explainers.
Really? Bakit?
I just like the way he plays. He's a good-looking kid. And, no. Even back then, I saw his potential. And now, he is a season champion. He's a world champion. And I really like where AP Bren is going. They've opened Pandora's box.
Yeah. And nakita din natin kung gaano kalalim yung bench ng AP Bren.
It's one player, but...
One player lang yan.
Again, if you're switching with Flap and it still makes sense, you have a very strong team. No doubt. They earned number 1, and again, they've stayed number 1 for quite a while. Second over team this week, meaning they are close to the top. Number 2 is Echo. For the first time in Season 13, they stuck with one roster from match to match. It's Carl TZ and Benny Curie.
And yun nga ang kailangan nating tingnan dito. Kasi again, this is the first time na nakita natin sa buong week na naglaro itong si Carl TZ at si Benny na hindi pumalit itong si Zaida at si Alpid. So
I can't say exactly when in Season 10 they decided not to switch, because they also did this in Season 10 where in week out it was Echo Loud, Echo Proud, Echo Loud, Echo Proud. And since week 1 to week 4, it was always Carl TZ, Benny, Zaida outplayed. Carl TZ, you get it. Now they've stuck. Burrito, do you think they will stick to this roster? Because this is a very good roster. They won a lot this weekend. Is this what they will stick to until the playoffs? Because they're secured. They've earned their playoff spot. Do you think we're going to see outplayed or Zaida in week 6 or 7?
So far, kung titignan natin yung statistics, no, ang taas ng win rate ng isang Fredrin, and yun pa rin yung nasa top ng ating mga heroes na madalas na pipili. And isa yun sa mga specialty talaga ni Carl TZ. And alam natin yung difference ng dalawang playstyle na yun. Kapag nandyan si Zaida, mag-expect pa ng mga explosive na assassins. Kapag nandyan si Carl TZ, more on the utilities talaga. So I think kung gumana to for week number 5, and pwede nilang ituloy-tuloy for the next few weeks pa.
As long as Fredrin is on top, then more likely you're sticking with Carl TZ and Benny. That's our second over team this week. It's Echo. I bet you guys are looking for the super fam. Here they are. Number 3 is Onic PH, our third most over team in week 5. Interestingly enough, they are number 2 in the standings, but they've dropped this far because Burrito, you saw the matches. You casted one of them this weekend.
Yep.
They either win very fast or lose very fast. What's going on?
I think isa sa mga reason is yung mabilis din na pag-adapt ng mga teams, no? Kasi nakita na nila na yung roster na to ng Onic Philippines na binuo lang this season, may something sila na kailangang hulihin doon sa roster na yon, no? Specifically kung paano maglaro si King Kong. 'Di ba last week sinabi niya na maglalabas daw siya ng mga assassins dahil nag-debut nga yung fan niya. And pinakita naman niya, which is yung Joy, yung mga Nolan. But then again, kung titingnan mo kasi yung playstyle ng mga nakalaban niya this week, for example, yung RSG na run and gun ang galawan. So, kailangan yun yung tingnan ngayon ng Onyx Philippines kasi lahat ng mata nakatingin sa kanila.
That's true. I think key to Onyx success now is because I think they've earned this top 4 spot. I don't think they'll be dropping in overs and unders or in the standings very soon. They are a solid play-ins team, if you could call it that, given the gauntlet format. I think now the trick is, as you said, consistency.
Yep.
They have the tools, they have the weapons. It's just how well can they use it and how easy it is for them to access, because the next team that we're going to be talking about, our last over team this week, got their number. RSG. They're so consistent and they're our last over team this week. If only they weren't so swingy. If only their matches ended at an average time, but not when they lose, because when they lose, they also lose very fast. Well, what's going on with RSG? They're the last over team for us, week 5.
For me, isa sa mga sinasagot pa rin ng RSG ngayon is yung momentum nila pagdating sa mid to late game. Obviously kung titingnan natin, RSG napakalakas sa early game. Ang taas ng objective takings nila palagi. Yung percentage, kapag nakita natin sa graph, every teams na nakakalaban nila. And I think isa sa mga kailangang i-work out ng RSG dito para kung gusto nila maging mas angat pa is yung participation palagi ni Kusei. Kasi again, with the teams na meron talagang mga superstar na gold laners, for example, Kera from Onyx Philippines, Benny QT from Echo, and Super Marco from AP Bren, yun yung pressure para dito kay Kusei. Kasi again, si Light, may kita natin yung performance niya with the edit, di ba? Siya na nga lang ata ang gumagamit ng edit.
Light's so good.
Di ba? So, yun yung feeling ko na kailangan sagutin. And next is, I think, yung pagiging malaro nila dun sa mga heroes na ginagamit nila. Sila din yung naglalabas ng mga heroes, like for example the Odette with Aqua, di ba?
And the glue,
di ba?
Sometimes it works, and I think that's what makes RSG special. I agree. I think their arsenal is something that they can also work on. Nobody can question what they have. It's just very similar to Onyx. Actually, just to let you guys know, in the building of overs this week, Burrito and I actually butted heads for Onyx and RSG placement. But I think we're okay with this now, with Onyx on 3rd, RSG on 4th. But I do agree. I think that's a question I'd like to pose to our audience as well. Eman's shoes, did Kusei fill them successfully already after the first half of Season 13? He's very different. Obviously, he's good with certain heroes. And I think we want to see more of his connection with Light.
Yep.
More of his connection with even Nats, because Nats has proven himself to be just, no doubt. That's RSG for you, our last over team this week. We're in under territory. These teams are in the bottom half of the standings. And truth be told, it's not looking good for them. If anything, it's the 4 of them that's still fighting for a playoffs spot. Let's talk about our first under team. And I personally wanted to put them down maybe slightly lower here in our charts, but Blacks International makes the cut. And big headline, you casted one of the first matches here. Haji's back. Do you like Blacks International's performance with Haji?
So far, nagugustuhan ko na kasi again, nagkaroon ng struggle itong kupunan na ito nung mga last 2 weeks. Kasi 'di ba, hinahanap nila kung ano ba yung magja-jive doon sa lineup nila.
The process, they're finding the process.
Yeah, yung si Kimpoy and si Haji. And alam naman natin at nagiging discussion to, no, yung roamer na hindi makakapag-adapt kagad sa utility and sa support and sa setup ni heroes, yun yung nahuhuli. And Haji is one of those roamers na nakitaan natin na tinry niyang sumabay, pero hindi yun yung nagiging persona ng kanilang kupunan, di ba? Nasanay kasi yung Blacklist International for the longest time na gumagamit ng mga utilities.
That's why in the past couple of weeks when they were experimenting with Kimpoy and then in week 3 as well, when Haji was still in and out, they looked so not ube. They looked kind of lost. That's why this week I wanted to put them a little lower, is because they had to earn the hard way every single win. And they won both matches, but at 2-1. And all of those were very, very close. TNC, Minana Evos. If anything, the best team fights this week came from those two series. They were so scrappy, and I'd like to highlight Haji brought out a Selena Rome.
Yeah.
The only successful Selena Rome in season 13. So now that they have Haji back in the driver's seat, do you think this is what they're going to stick to? Do you think this is the payoff for the process, or we're yet to see the full results?
I think pwede mo na sila mag-stick dito kung gumana naman for week number 5. And ano-ano ba yung mga formula na gumana sa kanila? Yung versatility ni Haji from setup, from utility, and naglabas nga siya ng Selena last night, last time na naglaro siya against TNC. So I think mag-stick sila dito, and Kimpoy ready naman palagi, 'di ba? Nakita naman natin yung performance with the utilities. So for coaching staff and dun sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Blacklist International, support lang para kay Haji.
That's our take on Blacklist International, our first under team this week. Next up in the under category for week 5, we're talking about Minana Evos. I personally wanted to put Minana Evos a little over, at least number 5 for this week, because they have such a strong identity. They took it 3 games against Blacklist, got swept by AP Bren to close off the week. But you gotta give them respect. The fact that they, more than any team, not just in the Philippines, but maybe across all competitive MPL regions in C, they have such a great footprint. Like they're the most ube team. Florin, check. Angela, check. Rafaela, check. That's all Miles. That's all MNE.
Yeah, dumating na sa point na nag-Florin na sila, nag-Angela pa sila. So talagang walang mamamatay sa pamilyang to. Yun nga yung quote-unquote.
Fighting healers.
Yeah, the fighting healers. And isa sa mga kapansin-pansin, no, nung mga last weeks na naglaro din ang Minana Evos, nagtry naman sila. No? Binigyan nila si Spider-Mas ng Arlot, pero hindi kasi yun yung identity. So nag-stick sila sa identity. Naging mahirap naman yung mga laban last week para sa kanila. Pero kailangan nilang i-work out kung ano ba yung mga macro decision makings para mag-gel doon sa lineup nila, di ba?
And that's why Minana Evos, I feel like the fact that they have an identity and they're sticking to it, support is life, means they might actually make it to the playoffs. Burrito and I did the math earlier, and based on their next matchups and what their potential point rivals look like, it looks like they might make it. It's very optimistic. I think this is the season. I think this might be it. That's Minana Evos. It pains me to say that our second to the last team, our second to the bottom under team, is the team to actually score a savage, the first one in all of season 13. I'm talking about TNC. That was a crazy weekend for TNC.
Sobra. And nakita natin yung potential ng TNC, no? With medyo chaotic lang talaga yung mga nangyayari doon sa mga laban na kanilang ipinapanalo at madalas ipinapatalo. Pero again, marami pang mga panahon. At least may 4 games pa or matches para sa mga next weeks. So ang importante nila para sa TNC ngayon ay manalo.
And for TNC, it's a combination of they have to hope their opponents lose, their point rivals to lose, and they have to sweep. It's hard. It's hard. For these last 2 teams that we're going to be talking about in under, it's very difficult. But I think the same way that Minana Evos has their identity of fighting healers or like utility supports, utility roamers, you can bet your bottom dollar TNC can always gain control of the early game. They are so good at the early game.
Sobra.
And then at the 9 to 10 minute mark is when things go sideways. Do you have any theories as to why that is? I just wanted to bring that up because, again, they're so good. They're great with the aggression. They're great with when they have a lead. But what happens do you think in that mid-game to late-game transition?
I think yung Lord Control, isa sa mga importanteng kailangan.
Lord Control and Lord Use.
Lord Use and Lord Control for TNC. Na napapansin natin, majority ng mga team, mga laro na kanilang nilaban, nalulugi sila dun sa mga Lord controls, no? Sobrang importante ng presensya ng, kasi individually, yung mga players ng TNC sobrang lalakas. Nomad, isa sa mga talagang gold laners na, nagpakita ng potential. Nung first weeks, nag-adjust siya, nandun siya sa Rome, pero once, nung nag-start siyang bumalik, 2 MVP kagad na nakuha niya dun sa panalo na nakuha nila. No? So, again, kailangan yung Lord control, kailangan yung Lord usage, and at the same time, yung late game decision makings. Lalo na kung paano mo i-capitalize yung lead mo kapag magte-take na kayo sa torre. And feeling ko kayang-kaya pa eh. May 4 na matches pa sila eh. Feeling ko kaya pang i-push to.
Yeah. Now it's dawning on me, as we talked about why TNC has troubles with using the Lord and fighting for the Lord. It feels like it's Lord economy all in all. It's because it's the equivalent of someone with a lot of money who doesn't know what to do with it. you have a Lamborghini, you have a Corvette, you have a Ferrari, but you don't know how to drive. They're able to get it, yes, but in the long run, they can't capitalize, they can't utilize. So I think that's one thing that they have time still to work out. That's TNC. They're second to the bottom, but they can climb out of this. But we know for sure when it comes down to it, no holds barred. They can do anything. They can even score the first Savage of the season. Last but not least, I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but if you're a fan of the Barangay, you're a fan of MPL Philippines in general, you know this is not a good place to be in. Smart Omega, they're bottom of the barrel. They're the last team that we're talking about here in overs and unders. Burrito, correct me if I'm wrong, this is, I think, a record in all of our franchise league. The most roster movements between MPL and MDL of all time.
Of all time. I think, obviously naman ng mga first weeks, no, may mga switching talaga na nagaganap. May SK.
Every week, yes.
May SK, meron ding kagawad na lineup, no? Yung mga veterans and yung mga rookies. But then again, nakita natin na nag-switch din naman sila, pinaghalo na nila in a way, pero nangailangan sila ng mga reinforcements. Nandiyan si Andoryu, si Okir yung una, si Okir, and si Andoryu, and hindi ko alam kung pwede sabihin na.
I think they have another one pending. They have another transfer pending.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they need. They had to call in reinforcements from the other barangay, from Neos. And here's the thing. Here's what's weird. If you guys are following MDL Philippines, you know that Neos is doing well. Regardless, Neos is doing well even with these transfers, even with these trades. So, I had to put you on the spot, Burrito, but what's going on? What's wrong?
Hindi ko sure kung ano yung nangyayari. Kasi again, wala ako dun sa loob ng barangay, no? Pero, kailangang mag-double effort ng coaching staffs, no, specifically si Coach Lembol, sila Coach Nap, 'di ba? And kailangan nila magtulong-tulong, Coach Stronger.
They have all the pieces. That's what's weird, is they have all the pieces. So what do they do?
Yun yung for me lang naman, kailangan pagtulong-tulungan to ng coaching staff. And syempre, more puso, kasi yun yung kailangan ng puso ng barangay. Nandun tayo eh. Panibagong identity ng barangay, panibagong mga players, panibagong halo, panibagong formula. Pero again, kailangan mo pumunta doon sa end goal mo, kundi makapasok sa playoffs.
I think more than anything, this is literally growing pains. It's you built a new barangay. What you're used to isn't there. Like growing up, let's say, you're used to there being a bakery at this corner. You're used to there being a sari-sari store on this corner. And you come back as a grown-up, you come back as an adult. Where is it? It's a new barangay. Where were the things I was used to? I think a version of that might be what's going on with Smart Omega. So I wish them the best. Again, this is both new and familiar at the same time. If you guys know, Smart Omega is known, they're notorious for just barely making it to the playoffs and then making a glory run. We've seen it happen even in their execration days when a good chunk of that roster moved over to the barangay. Season 8, same thing happened. They finished 3rd. Season 9, it happened. They flew out to Malaysia. They were at the grand finals. Yeah. Even season 10 and 11 and 12, like they always just barely make it. I'm just afraid that this season might be different. I don't know. I'm not ready for that. Not ready for that. That's our take on overs and unders. It actually gets heavier and harder week in, week out because we're getting closer to the end of the regular season. Once again, that was our take on week 5. If you agree, let us know in the comments below. If you don't, go wild, go crazy. Let us know just the same. Burrito, thank you so much for joining me on this
Thank you.
episode. Where can people find you on social media?
Ayan, mahanap niyo po ako sa aking handles and sa lahat ng social media at BurritoCastPH. Nag-stream din po ako sa TikTok and sa YouTube. Of course, abangan niyo po ang MPL Philippines Season 13. Malapit na rin ang playoffs at papalapit na malaman kung sino nga bang 6 na teams na papasok.
Let's get it. We'll both be on week 6, so watch out. Saying what's up and hello to all of the fans and everyone who joins in the discussion. We love it. Thanks to Ray Ash making sure that the content comes up and on time. You're a hero. And that's it. Peace out. Y'all take care. Busyan, minanaivos busyan. Spider-Miles, mag-Florin at mag-Angela ka na, yeah. Doming, mag-Clinton, Harith Kirk.